So our transition from being reasonable and logical then is through quantum mechanics, which says that intention begins to change outcome. Intention changes outcome. And therefore, spiritual intention does transform your life because it transforms outcome. The subjective experience of life of people over 200 is completely different than the people under 200. People don't realize how different they are. People have difficulty even understanding what is the opposite of spiritual integrity and truth. What is the exact opposite? All right, so this transforms at 200. The Kundalini energy comes in. We won't spend any time on this today, but this demonstrates that brain function itself changes. That the non-spiritually oriented person, the animal, their brain processes information in an animal way, releasing adrenaline, alarm reaction, because it sees the thing and reacts with an emotion. All right. Over 200 now, the whole thing is slowed down. The fast track is through your etheric brain and through the prefrontal cortex to the emotions. So the emotion is more delayed. You have to think about it for a second, or you have to take a second look at it. You have to process it. So the information now is processed via the right brain. So you have different physiologic processes, you have different health characteristics. Below 200 you have certain problems, and over 200 you have different ones. The intention then is quite powerful. And when I ran a big clinic, we noticed certain doctors always got good results, and other doctors always got lousy ones. Why was this? Academically, they were the same. But some doctors just had whatever it was, a caringness, a consideration, a way of being with your patient. And so physicians have a higher consciousness calibration and have different consequences. So that's the trouble with the double-blind experiment. Double-blind done by who? You know, you can't compare results because some people have bad responses and other people have good responses, you know. And of course, over the years, I had a lot of patients that stayed well so long as I was breathing and seeing them, so I didn't want to quit practice until they left the planet, so I did. The old guy I've talked about used to come in with the oxygen tank, you know, and ask me for a light for a cigarette, you know, and I'd say, aren't we going to blow up? He said, no, I do it all the time. I said, okay. So he finally left. A couple of guys. So I hung in until they all left, you know, because it was a relationship, you know, that kept them going, the positive transference. So science, you see, eliminates humanism, and science doesn't realize, and when it's misapplied in the clinical realm, because in the clinical realm, the amount of humanness and how it's expressed profoundly alters consequences and results. Okay.